Hello, my name is Raven, and I am going to talk to you today about the difficulties in being able to afford college textbooks. And my goal here is to pretty much persuade you to sign a petition urging college and universities to include textbooks as a part of tuition. So I believe that instead of having students pay additional fees for expensive textbooks in addition to tuition, we should urge colleges to include a flat fee or no fees at all for that matter, in order to clear or decrease any financial burden for students looking to further their education. So I would like to share a personal story with you of a close friend who was very interested in attending college. However, she had no relationship with her parents, and their salaries, unfortunately for her, unqualified her for financial aid. Scholarships that she applied for, she was not approved and had no luck with them, and the cost of tuition in addition to books set her back. She was unable to attend college for 3 years until she was able to finally apply for financial aid as an independent, where she then qualified because of her low income. So stories like this pretty much just show you how much an effect the financial burden of having to pay for textbooks in addition to tuition can set back a student and set back their actual goals of that they want to accomplish. And I personally believe that our educational system needs to be adjusted in order to prevent eager students from receiving this education because of the high costs and fees associated with attending a university. And if it continues to be this way, thousands or even millions of students will continue to feel this hardship of financial stability while in college, and will also need to work possibly while in college in order to afford to go to school, which is another topic that we can discuss that also is difficult, because how can a college student be successful in school? Of course, it's been done. I'm currently doing it myself, but I feel that it's much better for students to just fully focus on school as opposed to having other obligations such as work. So that's another issue. And then I also feel that instead of having students pay this additional fees for expensive textbooks, we should urge colleges to include a flat fee or maybe no fee at all to decrease the financial burden for students looking to further their education. I would like to comment more in detail on 3 matters of grave concern. And the first one is the cost of textbooks. The second is the inaction by colleges and universities, and then also a solution to how we can provide students with free books. So my first main point, as I see it, is the first component of the problem is the overall costs of textbooks in a whole. The overall cost of textbooks is the main reason we're talking about this subject today. And if you think about it, textbooks have been increasing for years, and they continue to rise and cause an issue for college students to be able to pay for what they need in order to successfully pass all their classes. College textbook prices are actually 812% higher than they were a decade ago. And college tuition is 559% higher than they were in the same time frame, which brings me to my point that colleges and universities are also not doing anything to aid or help in the financial burden that college students are experiencing. So an effective solution could have 2 components here. One could be that universities could recognize this burden that's occurring and possibly decrease tuition or include the book fees in tuition in order to resolve the issue. So I think that we've made a great deal of headway since the issues occurred, because in a finding, PRIG's 2014 report, Fixing the Broken Textbook Market, 94% of students in 2014, actually 94% of students, of 2/3 of students that skipped buying the books, although they knew it would impact their grade in the course, they chose to do it anyway. So not 94% total, but 2/3 of students that decided to skip the buying or renting of a book decided to do so because even though they knew that it would affect their grade in the course. So that's already telling you how much of an impact buying textbooks is affecting students. They're willing to take the decrease in grade or risk the possibility of not being able to complete assignments regardless, just because they're trying to save money, but they still need to be in school. So I have a visual here for you showing the students' concern of impact on grades. So 38.6% show that they were somewhat concerned in reference to purchasing a book, and 55% showed that they were significantly concerned, while 6.4% showed that they were not concerned. So the report shows that high prices of books are certainly affecting the use and effectiveness of students wanting to receive their education. And I think that the solution here marks or should be evident that colleges and universities should provide a solution in order to reduce this hardship. And by doing so, I think that it would create less of a burden. I think that college students would have more freedom and financial stability, and also more comfort in knowing that their money is, although still expensive to go to college, their money is not as expensive or not being used for not important purposes as a textbook that will probably not be referenced again later. So thank you for your time.